Well, today is, it's a special celebration for us. We didn't know we were going to have the other things going on. It's the day in which we rededicate our goals for the year. You know, you've heard Christmas in July. Well, around here we do New Year's in August. That is, we take a look back at what our goals were for the year and how we're doing. Burning Bowl. That's the ceremony we have the last Sunday in December, in which we let go of the past, but we also set our goals for the future. And we create a nice list. If you did that, you probably received that back in the mail. Okay? So it's a time to look at the list. It's often very illuminating to take a look at what we thought we wanted to demonstrate in January. And so here in the end of August, the last Sunday of August, we take a time to look and see how things have gone this year, how we've progressed, and what things have happened, what has come to unfold, and how things have changed. You know, maybe it is time to have new goals. Maybe there are ones you may look at that list and go, wow, look at all the things that have happened. You know, I know years ago, back when I was in my early 20s and I was first ordained and out, I made a list when I was in Miami as the associate. I made a list of all of my goals, my spiritual goals for the year. You know, I had to put an affirmation on each one and had a whole pile of cards. And I thought, I am going to go over and pray over this list every single day. And I did actually do it for a day or two. And then it kind of got pushed to the back of the nightstand and maybe into the drawer, I'm not sure. But in any case, it was like a year later, or maybe it was 8 or 9, 10 months later, I discovered it sitting there with dust all over it. And I picked it up and looked at it, kind of like when we pick up and look at the I have no idea what I was going to say. Yes, I do. Kind of when we take a look at that list that was sent back to us from the Burning Bowl ceremony. You know, but I'm looking and reading through there, and I went, that happened. It was like 3/4 of them had already happened. You know, even though I didn't affirm it every day like I thought I was going to do. I set my intent, you might say. So it was really quite inspiring to see that when we set our intent in a certain direction, that often it really does come into being in our lives. Now, on the other hand, I found a few and I thought, forgot about that. I really need to put my attention on that. I need to re-put my attention into the whole thing. And then there were a few that I said, that doesn't apply anymore. I don't really want to do that anymore. You don't have to stick with it just because you wrote it down on last week of December. As your life changes, that which we want out of life changes. And we roll with the punches and we head in the new directions. So, today what we're doing is we're here to reassess what our spiritual goals are. We're here to recommit to those goals that are yet to be attained. And we're here to reconnect to the spiritual forces, the creative powers of the universe, the power of God moving through us to create our hopes and our dreams in our lives. So we need to reassess because things change, okay? We need to take a look and see what goals were fulfilled, what good things happened this year that we didn't plan on. You know, everything good in your life is not something you ask for. Sometimes life presents you with something worthwhile that came out of nowhere. It was just a gift from the universe. And then there's the things that we've forgotten about, that we need to really put our attention on. I want this in my life. And sometimes it's just a quality. I want to have more harmony. I want to have more love. I want to have abundance. Whatever it is, whatever the quality is, it can be taking a look and saying, yeah, I need to get back on that and re-get my focus. Because if there's anything life can do, it can throw you enough curves that you get knocked off balance. And you kind of forget what it was that was really important to you in life. And so often we're running around putting out fires so much that we forget about what we're trying to build. And so it's time to remember and say, I really want to build this in my life. And sometimes you look at where you were heading and you say, I want to go in a whole new direction. I got some new things I want to embrace, new goals. And then, of course, there are the things that happen, the challenges that come up that we didn't expect. And sometimes they bring with them a new set of desires and prayers and objectives. Now that this has happened, I realize I need to head in this direction. I need to bring this energy into my life more. I need to head in a new way. So that's what we're doing here today. We're here to reassess, because Spirit works very heavy on intent. What is your intent for your life? Where do you intend to go? And so we're here to recommit to that spiritual process. We're here to remember that we're not out here on our own. We're here to remember that Spirit moving through my mind and my heart is capable of creating the answer to my prayers. That seriously, there are spiritual forces moving through the universe that are here to help me build a new life, a better life, if I can simply hold my attention on where I'm going. So today we're here to regain our focus, to reconnect our will to the goodness that we want to see expressed in our life, and to get clear on our intent. Where am I going with my life? We're here to get clear on what we're asking for in prayer. In Matthew 7:7, Jesus said, "Ask and it shall be given to you. Seek and you shall find. Knock and it shall be opened to you." We are meant to participate in creating our heart's desires. Say desire was placed in you from God. Pure desire. It can get twisted, but pure desire is desire for goodness, is desire for love, desire to experience abundance. All of this is wonderful. And so if you're going to ask, that's what we do when we set these spiritual goals. We ask, I want to see this in my life. I want to see that in my life. It's a way of asking with focus and with intent. And in Matthew 21:22, Jesus said, everything that you will ask in prayer, believing, you shall receive. So it's time to get clear on what our prayers are, and get clear on how that's going to happen in our lives. Get clear on the idea that Spirit is moving through me to help create a better life. We often feel like the world's just pulling against us. We need to know there are invisible spiritual principles working with us. And we're here today to reconnect to the spiritual energies that drive this creative process as we remember, I'm not alone. I'm working with God to create my life. Say, okay, these spiritual energies that draw good things into our life. The law of attraction. Well, that's one piece of it. without a doubt. But sometimes people underplay this law of attraction, or they simplify it. And they say, all you have to do is desire something and it'll come into your life. That's not necessarily true. There's a whole lot more. Desire is a piece of it. Desire is a strong, attractive energy if used appropriately. But the law of attraction is not, hey, I want it and so it came. I love the fact Wayne Dyer made it real clear one time when everyone was getting all excited about the law of attraction and saying, oh, well, you just want it, it'll come into your life. And to a degree that is true, but not to a... Well, let's see what he wrote. He said, you do not attract what you want. Now, that was a big shock because The book The Secret was out, and everybody was, you attract what you want. He says, no, you do not attract what you want. You attract what you are. It's not enough to desire it. You actually have to move into that space. You have to immerse yourself in where you're going. Not just say, I want to live in abundance, but I feel so poor. If you spend all your time feeling so poor, probably that desire for abundance isn't going to get you there. You actually have to move yourself into it. I want to be healed, but I'm so caught in the pain. Part of what we have to do is get beyond where we are and connect to the consciousness of where we want to go. So you do not attract what you want, you attract what you are. Every time I hear that, I remember this. I'm a movie person, so immediately I remember this line that I rather liked out of a really B movie. It was not an A. I think it was Let's Go Get Bill or something like that was the title. And it was based on the idea that some engineer from Texas was down in South America, got himself kidnapped, and all his friends in Texas got together, and they were going to go down and rescue him, Now, they're kind of a bunch of idiots, but in any case, they're making the trip. They did have enough sense to hire a professional to head up the group. So just before they're about to go and try to get him out, go into battle, the professional gets them all together and says, okay, here's your final instructions. I want you to remember this really clearly. Bullets do not go where you want them to. They go where they're aimed. And your life may not be going where you want it to. And if that's so, it's time to get our aim straight and make sure we're aiming for where we want to go with our lives. And part of the way you aim for it is to immerse yourself in the quality that you want to express in your life. How do you be what you desire? Well, quickly, a lot of the spiritual principles I've been talking about for the last several weeks now. We've been working up to this. Number one, give what you want to receive. Give what you want in your life. If you want love, you don't run around saying nobody loves me. You run around loving and supporting everyone you can around you and knowing you're setting up. You're living in that space to draw it to you. You meditate upon what you want to attract until you can feel yourself one with it. Feel it's part of me. This is the way I am. This is where my life belongs. It is a part of me. Imagine, image it fulfilled, image your prayers fulfilled. We have a lot of fear images, so there's no problem with balancing that out, hopefully, with some real, as you pray, image it fulfilled, and then move as much feeling into that as you can. This is immersing yourself in the quality. You attract what you are, so you immerse in it. And then you use faith to know that it's already yours. We're just negotiating time here, how long it'll take. Do you know Do you know that's where you're going? That's where your life's going. There have been individuals who in this church over the last, I've been here 26 years now. Over the last 26 years who, there were a few who had some very dramatic healings. But in each case, they knew they were healed and would have told you they were healed while their bodies did not show it. They literally knew it. Nothing could have convinced them otherwise. And that's the way we want to be. We want to look at where we're going and say, I know I'm going there. I know that's what's going to be in my life. Okay? And then, of course, gratitude. If you really do know that you're destined to live in God's abundance, destined to live in life and love, then you feel grateful. You feel gratitude. Totally grateful. Gratitude like supercharges prayers. When you pray, feel grateful that your prayer is fulfilled. So those are all ways we can connect with these spiritual energies that are available within us. So today we're going to get serious about where we're heading. So I want you to think about your spiritual goals, because we're going to use this here in a minute. Think about what has been accomplished, what you no longer care about, and you can erase off the list. What needs attention or needs more attention from you. Maybe you've gotten distracted. It's in my way. And what new objectives you didn't know about in December or January, and that you really want to head to now. Okay? And we're going to commit to fulfill some of these things in the next 4 months before the end of the year. So, this is what we're actually going to do today in terms of tangibly. Tangibly, every one of you should have a white stone. If you do not have a white stone, raise your hand and the ushers will come around and bring one. They've already taken care of it, right? We're good. And you should also have an index card. Okay. These are the physical things you have. Now, let me explain to you. The stone is not for throwing at me. I realize that is a biblical experience, but I'm planning on skipping that one. So we are going to write on it. In a few minutes, they're going to, or have they already done it? Did they hand out the Sharpies? Okay, there are Sharpies, and I'll go into that in just a minute. But the stone, what it comes from is Revelation 2:17. To him who overcomes, I will give a white stone, and on the stone a new name written, which no man knows except he who receives it. Now, you say a new name? Yes, your name is what you identify with. This is what I'm all about. And what we want to do is we want to identify with a new and higher spiritual quality. I want my life to be, I am peace. I am love. I am abundance. I am vitality and life. We want to connect close, identify so closely with it that you might say, that is my name. That is what I am. And so that's the quality we're going to write on the stone. Now on the card, we're going to write three goals in affirmation form, which means I am. And you write it as if it's fulfilled. You know, I have my perfect job. I am loved and love. You know, I mean, whatever you do, whatever it is you want, you write it as if it is already fulfilled. And we're going to have 3 of those. Let's start with the stone, though. Okay? Now, number one, there's only one pen per row, so you're going to end up writing your quality. We are choosing a spiritual quality, something that over the next 4 months you would like to see established in your life. Now, it could be joy. One year it was, I want more joy in my life. So I was going to bring in my collection and show you, but I forgot. Okay, joy, love, life, health, prosperity, wealth, abundance, success, wisdom, beauty, purpose, harmony, clarity, completion, a new adventure, a whole new life. What is it you want most? And you're going to write it on the stone in 1, 2, or 3 words. You got to be doing really good to get more than that on the stone. Okay, the Sharpie will write on the stone. So as we go down, each of you choose what quality you want to be expressed in your life. And after you've written it on your stone, then pass the pen on down. If you're still in a quandary, pass the pen and get it on the way back. But this stone is going to be we're going to sit someplace where you can see it every day, okay? And we're going to expect you to look at it. And remind yourself, this is the quality that I'm striving to express in my life. There we go. Each of you gotten your pen and written a quality that you've chosen down there to concentrate on for the next 4 months. If you're still working on it, that's fine. I'm now going to talk about the card. 1, 2, or 3, whatever you come up with. I have 2 for each of mine. Did one at first service, one at second. I did 1-word ones for a while, and now I'm into 2-word ones. Whatever it is you think you want to express most in your life. Maybe it's perfect employment. Maybe it's a loving relationship. Maybe you can get it down to 1 word. 1 year it was harmony for me. Just wanted to experience more harmony in my life. Now on the card, what is it you want to accomplish? Maybe it's one of the ones on the list that's gotten pushed to the side and you've gotten distracted from, or maybe it's something brand new. But what do you want to accomplish by the end of this year? What is your intent, your spiritual intent for your life? To make it better, to make it more. You can do what you want. It's your life. I did. Yeah, I did. One of my affirmations included what was on my rock, come to think of it. My stone. And by the way, I want you to know that these stones were purchased at the Sacred Home Depot store. getting harder and harder to find white stones that are writable on. So I picked up everything I could. I think we're covered for a couple of years now. When we are all done, what we're going to do for homework is you're to place the stone somewhere where you can see it. If it's a small one, we've had ladies carry it around in their purse, but the big ones are kind of heavy. You may not want to do that. But somewhere where you'll see it every day, where you'll look and go, oh yeah, that's what I'm working on. Yeah, that's it. You might want to put the stone on top of the card, but in either case, you also want to have the card somewhere where you'll look at it regularly to remind yourself where you're going. Remember? A life doesn't necessarily go where you want, it goes where it's aimed. Make sure you're still aiming your life toward the good stuff. So, as a few of you are maybe finishing up, let's take a few moments to bless what's going on here. We're going to start our meditation time by affirming, actually, and the affirmation's up on the screens. I am a child of God, and the power of God flows through me to help me create a wonderful life. Yeah, it's correct up there, even if it's not correct on my notes. Here we go, together. I am a child of God, and the power of God flows through me to help me create a wonderful life. Now let's do that again. I am a child of God, and the power of God flows through me to help me create a wonderful life. We like threes, so we're going to do it one more time. I am a child of God, and the power of God flows through me to help me create a wonderful life. Now we close our eyes and turn within. And in that private spot within, in the presence of the Father, we think of each of those prayer goals that are on our card. Image the first one and see it fulfilled. And feel gratitude. And then the second one. See it fulfilled. Image it fulfilled. And feel gratitude. And then the third one. Image it fulfilled. And feel gratitude. Now we're going to think of that quality that we wrote on the stone. I am. And then that quality, whatever it is. We're going to affirm it aloud. It's going to be I am, and then quietly say what's on your stone. Together. I am. I am. One more time. I am. Place it in God's hands. See all the spiritual powers of the universe moving to bring things together in your life to create that which you have set your sights upon. Father, for thy infinite power flowing through me through my desires, through my intent, through my mind and heart and my life, creating something wonderful. Father, for thy power moving in my life, I am truly grateful. Thank you, God. Amen. And with that, we're going to prepare